It's Charlotte Amalie in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. It's Wednesday on our 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise on the Allure of the Seas. This was from a couple of years ago. It was Thanksgiving week, and we were late coming into port in Charlotte Amalie because very high winds in the Caribbean. Plus, I think on this particular cruise we had a propulsion issue, if I remember correctly. So one thing that I learned personally about this time of year in this area of the world, the Caribbean, and late November, it's not a good idea. At least for me it wasn't, because we found out that that time of year there are traditionally winds that blow from the southern Caribbean north up towards like the US. And so when you're coming from Florida and you're heading down, you're basically cruising right into the winds, and it causes an issue. It slows you down essentially because you're going right into it. And as you can see from the white caps out there, it's just incredibly windy on this day. It's great weather, it was, I don't even know what the temperature, mid-high 80s, whatever, perfect sun, whatever. Just very, very windy. And for us, the perfect time of year to cruise in the Caribbean is May, the month of May. Hurricane season doesn't start till June 1st. The weather's perfect. You don't have the winds, none of that kind of stuff. So this was probably the last time I would do a cruise in November after we experienced all of this. So we're late coming into port. This was late morning, if you can imagine. Normally, at this, you're typically arriving in port, early in the morning, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever. We were several hours late, which of course kind of screwed up the rest of the day, but there's nothing they could do about it. There's me wearing my Auburn hat, War Eagle. So we're finally docked at Charlotte Amalie, and this stop, there's a lot of stuff to do, I think, water related, but one of the main things about Charlotte Amalie is the shopping, especially if you're going to go after jewelry, watches, diamonds, things like that. Diamonds International has a very large presence on the island. You're going to see here in a second where we jump on a what they call a taxi to essentially go down to the shopping district. And on this particular cruise, we decided not to do any real shore excursions, thankfully. Or if we did have one booked, I think it got canceled because we were going to be late coming into port. That might have been the case. This cruise for us was a couple of years ago. But here we are on their idea of a taxi, and what you can't really see from this screenshot right here is this is actually like an open-air bus with about 20-something people on it. And they just kind of run these little shuttles from the cruise terminal over to the downtown shopping district, just, every 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is. So it's pretty easy to get over there and go shopping. There you see a lot of the cruise ships, kind of lined up. Our Allure of the Seas is, I think, over in there somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. But it's pretty easy to get down there and get back. They just take you straight from the port. And then they have the shuttles running continuously to get back onto the, get back over to the port once you're done shopping. And Royal Caribbean, and probably the other cruise lines as well, will do a pretty good job of giving you a map of, like a layout of all the different stores. And there are even things you can go to on board the ship ahead of time, sort of like the shopping channel of, here are the places to go if you're looking for this. Here are the places we recommend because we've been there and we can certify this, that, whatever. You'll hear the same sort of pitch every time. We've been down to St. Thomas and St. Martin several times, and we always hear kind of the same thing. So here's a little bit of the look of actually on the street doing some shopping. Rolex, you'll see Diamonds International everywhere. There's one right there. There's one sign. There are like several Diamonds International locations. And here we are coming back to the ship on the open air bus. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button and don't forget the bell icon so you can be notified when I post a new video.